we've done quite a bit of work on division, and also with remainders. In this clip, we're going to look at remainders as a fraction. What do I mean by that? Well, remember in the clip about students and school buses? I told you that it's important to consider the meaning of the remainder. It isn't just a number. In that clip, it was about kids who needed a bus. Instead of talking about a remainder, in this clip, our remainder will become a fraction. Let's go get a word problem. Here we go. I baked 30 cookies for my students because I'm that nice. However, there are 20 students in my class. How many cookies will each student get if I want to have none left over? In other words, no remainder. Okay, I think this is going to be easier to do if we get some visuals here. Let's go get some manipulatives. Let's see what I've got. Cookies and kids. Okay, so let's start sharing them out. I have 20 students, and they want to eat every last crumb of my 30 cookies. So the cool thing about all these manipulatives or visuals is that you can clearly see, and your students would be able to also, that I have way more many cookies than I have kids. So I think it would be fairly simple and doable to give each student one cookie, and then we'll see what happens. So if I give each student one cookie, that's one cookie for 20 students, making a total of 20 cookies. Let's go share these out. So let's give one cookie to each of these students. Here we go. That's going to take a while, so I'll just show you a few to give you the idea. We've done this many times before. See, everybody's getting one cookie each. And as if by magic, suddenly everybody has one cookie each. How many cookies do we have left over? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 30 minus 20 is 10. Yep, we have 10 cookies left over. Every student has one cookie each, and we've got a remainder of 10. So we have one cookie with the remainder of 10. Okay, but seriously, that might work for a written question where it's not real life. Would that work in real life? Can you imagine 20 students in your classroom? They each eat one cookie, and on the plate they see 10 more cookies. Are they going to be satisfied? I don't think so. So what do you think you would do? One student in your class might say, well, all the good kids can have 2 cookies each, and the bad kids have no cookies each. That's not going to work either. You're a teacher, and we have to be fair to everyone. So realistically, what would you do? I think we might start cutting these cookies in half. Look at that. If we cut each cookie in half, how many cookies or pieces of cookie will we have left? Well, if we had 10 whole cookies, which we did, up here, you see our remainder was 10. If we had 10 and we cut them in half, we have double, which is 20. We have 20 students and 20 half cookies, meaning that we can give each student another half cookie. I'm covering her face in cookie. So how many cookies will each student get? Yep, you're right. Each student's going to get 1.5 cookies. 1.5 cookies. At the beginning of the clip, I told you we were going to look at remainders as a fraction. And look what we've got here. It's a fraction. 1.5 cookies. How does that relate? That half, how does that relate to our remainder of 10? Well, we had 10 cookies left over. We have 20 students. And 10 is half of 20. 1.5. There is another way to demonstrate this half here in the algorithm. I'm going to show you how we would do that. It's a good idea to do actually because it'll help your students to understand the relationship between the two. So I'm going to go ahead and delete the remainder of 10. And I'm also going to delete this remainder here. All right, now, so we said that 30 minus 20 is 10. That's still good. Then I broke the remaining 10 cookies into equal halves. So let's show that on the algorithm. I gave a half cookie to 20 students, half a cookie to 20 students. I gave away 20 halves, which is equal to 10 cookies. So we would subtract because we gave them away. 20 halves were over here. We gave one half to each student, making a total of 20 halves, or 10 cookies. 10 minus 10 is 0. So 1 half multiplied by 20 equals 10. So instead of remainder of 10, we have 1 and a half cookies. And if we add up what we have down here, that's the 1 cookie we gave away, that's the half cookie we gave away, we add them up and we have a total of 1.5 cookies. Please always encourage your students to write down their answers in full. So we're not just going to say 1.5, we're going to encourage them to say each student will receive 1.5 cookies.